Happy holidays, beautiful people. I am headed up to the mountains to try to get in a quick ski today. So what better time to do a vlog, right? Let's head out to the car and I'll take you along for some beautiful scenery. Alright, so I got my coffee and breakfast, and look at this beautiful sunrise already starting. So excited. One more round of coffee to get me the rest of the way up, and put on some sunscreen, and I'll be ready for the slopes as soon as I get there. Also, I'm running a little bit ahead of schedule, so I'm gonna stall just a little bit. I know what you're thinking. Why are we stopping at Starbucks when I just had coffee? But it's tradition. I always stop at this Starbucks, and yeah, it just the whole going to the mountains experience is like a pilgrimage every time. It's meditative. When it comes to winter sports, you need to remember that the basics of keeping your skin happy and your moisture barrier intact are humectants, emollients, and occlusives. Humectants draw moisture to the skin or draw moisture to the surface of your skin from beneath. Emollients are going to help fill in those gaps and help just keep the skin healthy and intact, and occlusives are going to lock it all in and prevent the outside air from drying out your skin and drawing out all the moisture that you just worked so hard to put in there. Let's start with something that's a little counterintuitive when it comes to dry, irritated skin. One of the things you need to do is remove that dry, flaky skin, because you can put on wonderful humectants and serums and moisturizers, but they won't be able to penetrate and do their job very effectively if they're just saturating dead, dry skin. One of the easiest ways to deal with this is with a gentle cleanser that exfoliates. Now this one in particular is from Then I Met You, and it has PHA in it. Polyhydroxy acid is probably the gentlest of all the acids out there because it's got a very large molecule, so it just works on the surface. It's useful for some other things, but mostly what I use it for is just to lift away very gently that dead layer of dry skin that the winter has created. So leave this on your skin for a couple of minutes, let it do its job, and then rinse it away. That way you have a clean slate that all of your products can penetrate a little bit easier and get to where they need to be in your skin. Next up is hydration. So all of these are awesome essences and toners that help hydrate the skin. That means that they have humectants and they have a very light water texture, so they're gonna sink deep into your skin and keep that moisture there and replenish your moisture reserves. Something like Hydrate the Mist from Jordan Samuel is an awesome option for a layering technique. Sometimes it's called the 7 skin method, but really what it is just making sure that you are saturating your skin with humectants and moisture. Spray it on a couple of times, pat it in, give your skin a couple of seconds to really absorb it, and then do another layer. Spray your skin down 3, maybe even 4 times to really saturate your skin so that it's nice and plump and hydrated. Quick shout out to The First Snow. Now this one is by Holy Snails and it's an essence. Essence is somewhere between a toner and a serum. It has more actives in it than a typical toner will, but it's not gonna be usually as strong as a serum. This one is water light. It's obviously a mist. It's got reparative ingredients like ceramides. It's got cholesterol to help fill in that emollient gap that you'll need, as well as humectants like urea and non-fragrant plant extracts that act as antioxidants and just overall skin nourishers. Now this product would make an awesome option for layering. You could do it 3 or 4 times and then move on to your final steps. For me, I use a hydrating toner and then I spray this over the top instead of a serum, just because this gets at everything that I'm trying to do for my winter skin. Almost to the end, these products are good blends of emollients and occlusives that really lock everything into your skin. Now, occlusives can seem a little bit scary for those of us who are a little bit more breakout prone, but generally, if you're only doing this a couple of times a week, you shouldn't get into too much trouble. Some of these can feel a little bit heavy for more acne-prone skin types, but remember, if you're going out into the harshest of climates, you really want to protect your skin with moisture and emollients, because if your skin gets irritated by the harsh climate, it's going to throw your whole routine off for quite some time, several days in fact, while you work to replenish your skin and rebalance it. So it's usually worth it to overprotect for one day versus lose several days to irritated, inflammatory skin. If you really have dry skin, here are a couple of options to finalize your moisture step and lock in all that hard work you've put in. These guys. So the ordinary bee oil is one of my favorites, but putting a couple of drops of that and pressing it onto your skin over the top of everything else helps lock in that moisture. So does the Ultra Repair Cannabis and Oat Dry Oil from First Aid Beauty. Now this one I like in particular because oats tend to decrease inflammation and irritation, so when your skin's ready to go crazy, this will help settle it down as well as lock in all that moisturized goodness. And this is a little gross, but last but not least, CeraVe, the healing ointment. As you can see, I have used this thing forever and to the last squeeze. This is 46.5% petroleum. Now, it's non-comedogenic as long as you wash it off at the end of the day, but this is the single best way to prevent transepidermal water loss. It will act as a second layer of skin. It doesn't look pretty and it doesn't make your skin terribly touchable, but it does do a great job for those of us who are eczema prone or super dry skin, or if you just want something simple that's going to prevent your skin from getting angry while you're up on the slopes. It also works great as a lip balm. And of course, if you're going to be on the slopes, UV protection is essential because you're getting much higher levels of UV radiation exposure. 1, because you're at a higher elevation than normal, and 2, because the snow is reflective and will bounce those UV rays right back to your face. The only thing that I would recommend is go for something that's a moisturizing base and a non-zinc based UV filter if your skin can tolerate it. The reason being, zinc can be mildly astringent, which is helpful in some conditions, but when you're trying to keep all the moisture possible, it's best not to add more drying ingredients to the mix. I would opt for something like Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence or the Beach Shield by Crave Beauty. I hope you guys enjoyed this installment of the vlog. I didn't go super in depth with any products. It's more of an overview of kind of what kinds of products and techniques will be helpful with winter skin adventures. I'll go more in depth into the products that I specifically used this time on my Instagram. If you haven't checked that out, please do. It's at Mark Thayer Skin. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Take care, guys.